Bitch, get your mind right. It's your boy, Triple Black, aka the number one stunner, aka the boss, aka three black hearses. It's murder. Anyways, man, holla at your boy, man. I'm back in the building. I'm bored as hell, man. They felt like chopping it up. Hey, plus I'm trying to, you know what? I was like, man, fuck it, man. I might as well try to grab a little attention or some shit like that, man. Everybody's going on this Derek Jackson thing. It's been a couple days, and people. I think I might as well put a couple of dollars in my, AdSense account. Let's see who's watching. You hear me? Anyways, man, artificial plant-based simping, man. Listen. Hey, dog. Hey, I took a bet. With my home girl that, man, Tiger Woods. I think Tiger Woods got into the 20s or whatever. Derek Jackson might probably get into the. He probably get it. Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Well, I think a lot of the chicks that Derek Jackson probably got in hiding. They probably have other situations like married women or something like that. Because I think he was heavily in the church. He was messing with all those church chicks. You hear me? So we never know. You never know what's going to go on with that one. But anyways, man, plant-based simping, is that the new wave? Man, I think that might be the new wave, man. Because hey, if you do a test run on simping in this day and age, oh boy, hey, you'll get a lot of action, man. You'll get a lot of action. I'm not even going to front on that one. The only thing is when the pitfall is when you mix that tricking with the simping, that all that does is make you a sucker. All that does is make you a sucker, and the chicks nowadays, they love suckers. You know what I'm saying? They love suckers because they can do whatever the fuck they want with a sucker. That's why they love suckers so much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Guys like me, honestly, I think is outdated. Very outdated because I apply pressure. I apply pressure, man. You gotta, you gotta be on my program. You hear me? You gotta be on my program. And a lot of chicks don't feel like they have to be on most people's programs, man. Even the players that I know, they do a certain amount of simping and cupcaking and calming, all that type of shit, man. But some of you, it's highly effective. The only thing is you do have to maintain some type of integrity about yourself. If you think a bitch is right, but you know what, this simping word has been overused. Let's clarify that shit. I remember I was where was I at? They had that dude Rosebud call in to the show. Shout out to Platinum Elite, man. Shout out to that guy. And he was and they that word was over. It's fucking overused. You know what I'm saying? Everybody attach, I guess, any type of polite behavior, respectful behavior, and shit like that. The simping, that's what. But we know that one thing about simping, like I guess in the. Not the real word of simping means like it's like a pimp, like a sucker pimp, like basically a fugazi ass pimp. Somebody that's really not in the game, but they pose that they in the game. You know what I'm saying? They still taking losses. The bitches are running amok and all kinds of shit. That's what the real contextual. I mean, like the original term meant, but everybody kind of applies it to just sucker behavior. No, just kind of. Wimpy behavior, beta behavior, like simping, just like, being under your woman and all this type of stuff, right? Just being under your woman, putting her on a pedestal, not putting yourself first, getting taken advantage of, getting ran over, and all that type of stuff. And I think one of the dangerous pitfalls that people have that people run into is when they mix like a monetary thing with that simping behavior, and what it does, it automatically pretty much makes you a target. It pretty much makes you a lick, because not only are you telling this person, she's above this and that, she's beautiful and all this type of shit, but you're also paying them too for it. You know what I'm saying? And you know how women work. They're traditionally not fair creatures. That you'll have the dynamic like a bitch will go on a date with one dude, right? Let that dude spend $300, don't give him nothing, and go home to the dude that doesn't do shit for her some action. That's how they play. And then it kind of almost messes up their programming when you give those two behaviors. First of all, you're putting them above, and then also you're compensating them that, and all they did was give you some snatch, and many times they probably will withhold the snatch because you did that type of behavior. So it's crazy. But I think what Derek Jackson touched on is the plant-based simping is basically fake simping. Plant-based meat is fake meat. Hey, you can tell a bitch all day, what she wants to hear. What she wants to hear. You can tell a bitch all fucking day what she fucking wants to hear. And a lot of times they will accept that. Again, you got to do it in a crafty way. You got to do it in a crafty way. You can withhold your validation, but that doesn't prove any fucking thing. I mean, you got to understand, especially in these spaces, man, some of these motherfuckers be giving some fucked up advice. I swear to God. It's like, damn, they be giving some fucked up advice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even fucking understand that shit, man. They be giving some fucked up advice. And the key about that whole thing is you gotta be your fucking self. And I think generally, if a man is himself and he's authentic, got integrity about himself, most of the time, man, you'll have no problem. You'll have no problem getting women. It's people, but the only thing is, it's like people have a hard time with that. They have a hard time with the person in the mirror, and that's the part about it. What's happening, man? What's the business?
Hello.
What's the business, man?
What's good, fam? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. What's up, Soul? Shout out to
Ain't
you,
nothing.
man.
Yeah, shout out to you too. So shout out to you, family.
Hey, man. I had to. I don't normally, get on YouTube that much anymore, man. But I just had to go on YouTube, and I guess everybody's riding the wave right now, about this Derek Jackson and shit like that. And
Right.
I was really thinking, man, what he was doing is what I call artificial simping or plant-based simping. And
Okay.
I think plant-based, like, let me take a step back. Okay. In this space, right, you have a lot of content creators. You got a lot of, these coaches and shit like that, basically on some rage shit, don't validate females, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And I don't even know if they're just like secretly tricking you to kind of hoard all the bitches for themselves, or they really not getting any bitches. Is like, they tell you just to do a whole bunch of negative shit, and that should yield you positive results, which, I mean, I believe in the theory of garbage in and garbage out. But they sell this shit all day. It almost seems like they keep you in a perpetual cycle of just rage, like just get pissed. You know what I'm saying? And then this guy right here sits here and lies to all these bitches and tell them what the fuck they want to do. Everything that they want to fucking hear, and they reward him for that shit. What do you think? Do you think artificial or fake simping is the wave of the future? You there, Soul Traveler?
Yeah,
So
you hear me? You hear
yeah,
me?
no, I didn't hear you, man. I didn't hear you.
All right, my bad. Yeah, no, I said I know it was the wave of the past.
Was it
It's oh yeah, it's definitely the present day age. And I mean, here's the thing, man. When it comes to game is a sign of a broken society. When
right?
men have to peacock and learn, extra shit to deal with women, you're only just following women down a rabbit hole. You're just following
Right.
them and you're letting them lead you by the nose.
Mm-hmm.
So dating coaches and men who are teaching this shit are only just they're helping destroy society and just doing the female's bidding. So yeah, it's all simping.
Right.
That's what it always has been.
Right.
Hmm.
But the thing about it is like they say the whole theory like you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Um, I guess why is there like for instance if you see a chick right and then you're like damn ma you look good man hey what's up let me holler at you let me talk to you what's good and like damn babe you look good and everything like that but if you tell some of these ragers like you said some nah you're not supposed to do that man you're not supposed to validate her you're not supposed to make her feel good you know, you're not supposed to make her feel good. What do you think about that whole mindset, man?
Right now, listen, I'm a man, right?
Right.
And I'm a firm I'm a firm believer in hello.
Yeah, I'm right here, man.
Yeah,
I can't hear you, man. I think we lost a soul traveler. But anyways, I was just fucking saying, it's I I just thought it's funny, man. It's funny. Like you do uh if you listen to too much of that shit sometimes man you kind of almost lose yourself and then you almost uh are in this perpetual cycle of whatever some of this shit is pretty good like the self-awareness stuff like staying on your purpose and doing and like, taking care of yourself I think that is pretty much all really a guy needs to focus on improving himself, giving them make the best version of himself. Because, like they say, there's someone for everyone. There might be two or three of those someones for everyone. When I really really think about it, well, I've never really had any problems. Even maybe when you were younger and stuff like that. Maintaining or whatever. Uh, you know, a female. I just chose not to. I was in a long-term relationship. It was pretty much easy. It was pretty easy until you fall into that trap of overthinking shit. And then all of a sudden you're trying to be someone and something that you're not. Literally, usually if you are with someone, especially a female or whatever, um, your wife or girlfriend or whatever, uh, if they chose to get in that relationship with you, many times they're okay with your real self if you gave them that. But the thing about it is when you do use all these tricks and dips and all kinds of There you go.
Yeah, my bad, man. I don't even know when you lost
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
man.
I
But
was just
I was
saying,
just
oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying, it really doesn't matter what a man tells a woman, man. You can tell her whatever you
Hmm.
want to tell her as long as he get that cookie, man. Like for
Right,
you to judge a man based on his talk game, like, that tells me something about you. Like my analogy was like LeBron James don't have to jump as high as I have to jump to dunk on the
right,
same rim. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So the game don't apply evenly to every man. Some men do
right,
have to sweet talk them ways into getting the panties. There's
right,
nothing wrong with that. There's
right,
absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't care.
right,
I just hate it when men create the atmosphere of you know of the society, this feminist society we have now, and
right.
some of these dating coaches who telling men don't do this, don't do that. I bet you if you had your ear on a conversation they having with some of these females, they not even practicing what they preaching.
Of course, dog. They have the same fucking playbook, man. They
Right.
love to be. I mean, it's. They have the same fucking playbook. I don't understand. Like some of these dum dums just be like, believing. Like, come on, man. There's no fucking magic trick for those bitch. I mean, if she likes you, she likes you, and if she likes you at your fucking realest self, she always gonna like you. You know what I'm saying?
They're
You
telling
know?
you to be somebody else in order to
Right,
gain something you want. Like,
right.
how artificial is that? How long do you think that could be sustained?
I
Like,
don't fucking know. I know. I'm just saying, if you get those tricks and dips and all this type of stuff, that's what I think. That's what happens. Some people, they give their fake self to kind of attract a person, and when their real self start coming out, and then the other person kind of bail, like women bail on. I mean, when they smell, like, for instance, if you gave the perception that you were like this thorough dude or whatever, and then she gets, you get with her and whatever, and then she kind of finds out that you're a bitch maid, you know what do you think she gonna do? She ain't gonna fucking stick around. She gonna dip out on
man,
your ass, right?
yeah, you fake the funk your way out of the pussy.
Right.
You know,
Exactly. You pump
let's
fake
be
your way.
honest. There's a couple of things that attract women, right?
Right.
There's a few things.
Right.
It's your status, it's your money, it's your physical
Mhm.
appearance.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm not saying that a man should focus on these things only to attract women, but I'm just
Right.
saying if that is one of your concerns in life for you to gain, like you have to just better yourself, man.
Right. Even with your
Like
physical appearance, I mean, if she fucks with you and you can't fuck, or you're fucking lame, she ain't gonna fucking stick around.
exactly,
She's not sticking
exactly.
around. I don't care if you have money and you get her, and then she figures you are lame, you're a duck, you're a sucker, or whatever. You think she gonna stick around? She might get some gifts from it, but she gonna fuck whoever she want to fuck, right? Behind
Right,
your back or
right,
whatever.
right. A
Yeah.
man, yeah. So, you know, dating coaches don't know everything. Like I think they know nothing. But hey,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
um,
I think it's more of they're just some men, like, I guess they have to pay for friends and shit. They gotta pay to be part of something. You know what I'm saying?
well,
They
what do
gotta
you
be
pay who?
pay somebody to kind of almost be their friend. I think that's what that's why sometimes they stick to these dating coaches and shit. Like, what, I'm not even digging into dating coaches or pocket watching. They do what they do. I mean, I don't really have no criticism. I think they're more like therapists for a lot of these guys. I think that's what but they can't really call themselves therapists.
I I think they're like the preacher at the church,
All
man.
right.
They just
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
yeah, they're selling them hope. They're
Right.
just selling them hope. You know, they haven't for any dude who's gonna pay a man to get with a woman like that. Pussy is your heaven,
Right.
and
And
they're
and the
paying
thing,
their tithes.
yeah, and these niggas are on only hands. Paying the bitches, not
Right,
touching them. Only hands. What
right.
the fuck?
Now, now,
That
if you're
shit
gonna
is
believe your
crazy, man. That shit is
right,
so fucking crazy right there, man. Only
if
hands.
if you're gonna believe your pastor saved you, you need to see proof that he can actually save. Like a dating
Right.
coach. If he could help you get some pussy, he needs to show that proof. And when you don't hold these people accountable for the shit that they say, then you're just gonna be a sucker because none of these dating coaches could show where they took a dude who had no opportunity and then turned him around, right? Turned him
Right.
around and made him fucking unresistible to every bitch he walks by.
Basically, they I guess they changed somebody's DNA before.
Yeah, right, right. They're geneticists.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the fucking dating coaches, man. Hey, I know y'all niggas be watching this shit like that, but anyway, man, that shit is hilarious, boy. That shit is fucking hilarious. They gonna change the motherfucker's DNA.
Now, I heard there was one point where the boy DJ,
Yeah,
how he made a statement saying that women should leave their husband if they cheat on them, right?
right.
I mean, the whole time this guy was cheating on his wife.
Hmm.
Now,
I guess
if black
it's like do, what was it? Say as I do or do as I say. I forgot what that whole saying is, but carry on.
right now, if he continues to have black women follow him after that bullshit,
Right.
like they deserve, like now we know they don't care what you do, they only care what you say, right?
Hmm.
They only care what you say, and they're not really rooted in reality.
Nah,
You can't be.
nah, nah. But it's and the thing about it is, listen, the hairpiece. I heard somebody was reviewing one. The human hairpiece, the wig. Um, the queen of the sisterhood on
Right.
space. I heard that she did a video going in, and basically trying to give this L to black men.
For the most part in the manosphere, black men were definitely men who know about Cynthia G. The majority already were anti Derek Jackson. So
Right.
I don't know how she's going to give us an L.
She's basically um she's side switching now. Like she's giving him back to the streets. Supposedly, I guess the sisterhood is giving him back to the streets, and I guess his home is supposed to be black manosphere or black
Right.
men. Yeah, I mean, but
Okay. I know the video of this broadcast right now is not about it, but here we go again. Women refusing to hold other women accountable.
yep.
Like he cheated on his wife with another, with black women. Like
Mm.
they and all of these women, if they know Derek Jackson, they knew he was fucking married.
Mm. No,
These
no,
are
no,
like
no, no. She was no. He said she said that he was separated. He
it
was
don't matter
separate.
what he said. He's legally married, though. You know what I'm saying?
You might-
It
no,
it don't matter what he says. It's
you
like
don't.
that's
It's
black women for you.
listen.
Oh,
If
he
you don't,
told me, huh?
if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. They don't stand
Exactly.
on anything other than their WAP. I mean, that's supposed to fix every situation. Give the world some pussy and twerk, and that will fix every fucking thing. And then you don't have to hold me accountable. But that's the thing. Is just like the dick discipline amongst black men is pretty much non-existent. That's why some of these bitches can kind of almost do what the fuck they want to do. And the thing about it, the numbers are in our favor, big time. You know,
Yeah.
well, we can have
Yeah.
like two or three of them, no problem. But because of the like some just the proud majority of thirsty, not dusty, thirsty, they can pretty much dictate any narrative that they want. and I mean, it's just classic. You know, one of their own, which is the artificial simp, just got caught, and guess what? He about to escape that bitch. You know
Of
what? I
course
mean,
he is,
but what
because
I mean,
black.
they're sitting there. You know what? And the thing about it is, what's so hilarious when I was watching the video, Derek Jackson is pretty much, but they don't know. They wouldn't. You know what? They wouldn't ever go that far though. Like, they would never ever go to the links to try to fix something that he, like, you know how he's doing a whole bunch of mansplaining for his cheating. Imagine if a woman was in that same situation. There ain't no way that she would ever take any accountability for that shit.
Listen, again, immediately it would be, what did he do to make her cheat?
Yeah,
What did
right,
he do to make her cheat?
right,
But then again, you got your perfect example of Jada Pinkett.
right. He was. I think that was to me that was a reverse Jada Pinkett Smith.
But black women will hold Will Smith and Derek Jackson equally accountable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But men do it too.
You know, so you know what that tells me is that we are dealing with relationships with fucking, they're worse than children, delusional people.
Right.
Every time we enter a relationship with a B-dub, you're entering a relationship with someone who is fucking delusional.
Right. That's crazy though. But I was just like trying to. I was seeing him doing all that, being being transparent, and one thing I tell you what, man. I mean, he might have been lying or whatever, but whatever he's going through, that bitch is going through it. I can just tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going through it. He's going through it right now. He's trying to fucking save that shit, but it might. I don't know. It's not gonna. I mean, if it's monetary, he's going to win on that. But money can't fix everything. You know what I'm saying? Money can't fix anything. I don't know what was going. I mean, I just know, from my experience, that he's going through some fucked up shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Who's going through some things?
Derek Jackson. He's going through some things, right?
What do you mean, in a positive way or negative?
Negative, like probably depression and all that type of shit.
Why would you say that?
Because he's going through a fucking divorce, man. He's going through a divorce. I mean, he was going through a divorce, and he was away from his child and all this type of shit. I can relate because I had to go through a similar circumstance. No matter what it was, but I mean, the mental part of it, if you want to be real, is really fucked up. And you know what? It doesn't matter how many bitches you bang. It doesn't matter how fine they are. You got to live with the fact you ain't with your child and you ain't with the person that you married anymore. And it's a fucked up feeling. People mask that, like what he was saying. He was masking that shit in alcohol, smoking, and trying to. I mean, he couldn't shake that 400-pound gorilla off his back. And anybody that's been through that shit, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Ain't no amount of money, ain't no amount of bitches, ain't no is gonna get that. Is gonna make that shit right.
He did make a video where him and his wife both showed up, but I don't recall hearing anything about a divorce though.
No, that's what he said. No, his wife had filed for divorce. She had moved, and what saved it is they ran into each other at some type of church or some shit, and the pastor helped them, I guess, kind of resolve shit. And they've been back together since. That's why he hadn't been making those videos and shit. But no, she left him. That's what happened.
Brother, that's hearsay. Because he could just make that up just so that his subscribers aren't even mad at him. You know what I'm saying? It's just a story. Like
he showed on that live that he did. He showed the I guess the email where she did file for divorce though. I know that. I mean,
yeah, but. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could plan all this out.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, absolutely.
This
But
could all
I
be premeditated.
mhm, yeah. And no, it
So
could. No,
why?
it can definitely be premeditated. But I'm just saying, based on I was watching, I was just watching his movement and all this type of shit, and the way he's acting. I can just say saying that he is going through some fucking shit internally. It could be depression. It could be a bunch of shit. And the thing about it is when you go through because when you go through that situation, um, it's like you're going to go through some depression, man. If you have you ever went through depression?
I mean, yeah, if you don't, you're not human, right?
Right.
But um, listen, I can't afford Derek Jackson this because I'm not gonna feel sorry for the guy because this
No.
is how he made his living off of telling black women bullshit. He made his living off of that. I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for
No,
him.
I don't. I mean, I don't expect. What I'm saying is, no, he got to eat it. But what I'm the observation that I'm making that it's like he is going through some shit. Like he's fucking going through some shit. He made his bed. Don't get me wrong, and he has to
He
lay
got
in
to
it.
sleep in it now.
He's got to fucking sleep in it. But he's going through some shit. Let's not pretend like he ain't going through nothing. That motherfucker is going through something. He was like, damn,
Right.
and hey, I fucked up, and the whole world knows about it. And you know what I'm saying? And in any minute, she gonna bail on him, and he gonna really be fucked up. She gonna leave. Best believe she gonna
But
leave.
if she does eventually leave, he might as well make her leave now rather than later
Right.
because
Or she
it's
gonna
just
probably
going
make
to
his life.
cost more
Yeah,
the longer she stays.
yeah. Probably gonna make his
I,
life a living hell. You know,
yeah.
probably.
I mean, in this society, that's why I'm not the pro marriage type of guy.
Right.
Because whenever a woman makes up her mind that she doesn't want to be with you anymore, she could just leave. And let's
Correct.
be honest, man. Derek Jackson, what? He's supposedly 6'5". He has some physical size on him.
Mhm.
Women find him attractive. Like,
Right.
how the fuck you expect a man like that not to be sleeping around with other women? That's again another delusion of women for them to expect a man to be penetrating the same hold for the rest of his life. That's insane.
No, it's the Disney narrative, hey, I'm gonna or the Tyler Perry narrative, I can, be I don't know, I can be average or extra average and lock a man like that down, the Shamar
And he
Moore
better
or
be an
Boris
11 out
Kujo
of
or
10.
whatever. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just that's just I mean, it sells. It fucking sells. That's why they got Fabio on fucking romance novels and shit like that. And he's just selling that dream, hey, that perfect man, you know. And you know what? Hey, the thing is, if now they're gonna probably say the perfect man. Well, the thing about it is, if you and this is the thing that women don't talk about is basically, I think it's almost like if you're not cheating, you ain't trying. You know, it's like they like, for instance, if they feel like you're the only one, I mean, she's the only one that you got, and she's the only option. They pretty much have so much disdain for you. You know,
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
they
Women
have
are not
disdain for you.
interested. Huh?
They have disdain for you. They're looking at you. So I'm the only one that like they're looking at you. Damn, nigga, you must be a piece of shit. I'm the only one. I go. It's almost like you're putting too much pressure on them to live up to everything if you kind of solely focus on them. But they.
See, this is the territory I hate to go into because now we're trying to understand the thoughts of delusional people.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to rationalize it.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah, we're
It's
not.
not
There's
going
no
to
ration.
happen.
It's not gonna happen, man. It's
It's
not.
not going to
It's
happen.
yeah.
These are the same people who they don't want you. They'll find you physically attractive. One might, but then you will turn her off because more women aren't going for you or for her man.
Right.
Like she doesn't want a man that other women don't want. Like
Right.
make that make sense. And then when that man gets those other women, you get mad.
Yeah. No, but they're the thing about it, they're so if you notice, a lot of them are so rooted in fiction and lying that they can't help themselves. Like if you had 10 people, it'd be 10 women in the room, right? And then you ask them, how many of you guys would sleep with Derek Jackson? I bet you probably most of them will be like, nah, and they'll start making all these fucking excuses. Oh, I don't really like men like that. He's just too muscular, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, behind closed door, that's a fucking different fucking story. Like you just
I had
saying
a
that shit
chick
because
tell me once that she didn't want me to keep on working out and getting too strong because she liked a little bit of meat on her guy.
Look, it's the thing about it, man, is it's so fucking hilarious. It's their default though, man.
And ask me how did I get her? Ask me how did I get her?
Shit, she
He said,
probably she probably saw you at the fucking beach or some shit, or
yeah, she see me with my shirt off.
It's the fucking they're never. I mean, I guess it's like a fish will never ever tell you how to catch them. They won't tell you how to catch them, man. You just gotta lure them in. It's just one of the things. You gotta bait them and then get them. And the more fish that you have in the boat, the more they're gonna want to jump in your boat. You feel me?
I
It's
know how to
like,
catch them.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
And
you have a
act like they're not even there.
I mean, there's a formula. There's a formula, man. There's a formula for everybody, man. You can laugh.
The
a bitch
biggest
into a
distraction for
panic.
men is random pussy.
Yeah, yeah, because it serves really no purpose, really. I mean, it's
It's
just
only a liability. It only costs you time. Like
right,
unless if she's gonna give you unless if she's gonna give you kids,
right.
even to have a girlfriend is a waste of time.
Oh, it is a
Because
waste of fucking time.
yeah, even to have a girl, even if you get involved with someone you know you're not gonna create a family with, that's even a
Mhm.
waste of time. Let's
Right.
be honest. Because
Oh,
you
it's
can
that.
find sex anywhere in America.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking easy, man. It's not. I mean, it's not. It's just. I mean, it's abundant. It's really, really, really abundant. But it's crazy, man. It's just like I mean, if as a man, you definitely really have to be focused on your shit. Just focus on. I hate to use that cliche statement of being on your purpose and all this type of
Purpose.
shit, but
But
you
here
you
we
know
go
you
again.
almost have to, because the thing
She
about it is,
only
if you listen to anything they fucking say, if you take anything that they say for gospel, you're gonna run yourself right into a ditch.
But
Like,
you know what? Soon as you get in a relationship with her, she's gonna want to become your purpose. And
right.
what's that's gonna do? That's gonna destroy your productivity.
Yeah, that's the thing, but that's what a lot of people don't understand and don't. You know what the thing about it is, if you like, if I tell the truth about it, uh, you know, um, some women are listening. The first thing that they will try to do, they'll try to derail what you're, steer you off course. Like, what do they use? Their playbook, the "Who Hurt You Boo," like that playbook. Now they even got men saying that shit. Like, you hurt. What I'm saying? Now they got men saying that shit. What the fuck? Or you're in your feelings. Like that whole thing that you are in your feelings.
Right.
What
Right.
the fuck? So do you not have feelings? Huh?
Or these men are so beta themselves and so they have conformed to the matriarchy so much they don't even realize it.
Oh
Like
my god, that shit
to
kills
only
me.
see a man is operating in his logical mind is insane. We are humans too. We don't always only operate in our logical minds, right? But at the same time, yeah, we're still human and we're gonna have fucking emotions. We're not as emotional as women, but to only expect a man to operate in his logical mind, you're part of the matriarchy, sir.
Dog, that is the fucking thing, dog. I just fucking can't understand. Like again, okay, all right. If a bitch lies to you right to your fucking face, right, and you check that bitch on it, right? You check that bitch on it. You're like, bitch, you're not gonna fucking lie to me, or or you go off the deep end for any fucking reason because you don't like to be lied to, right? You'll have some of these, these mouthpiece motherfuckers or whatever. Oh, you're too emotional. Oh, you know what? That just made you look weak. What? What? Huh? Oh, that just made you look weak to her. That you got mad. Like, what type of fucking that I mean, please explain that shit. Like, if a motherfucker does something to you, lies to you, or do something to you, and then you check them on it, that makes you fucking weak. Hello?
Right. Yeah, no, I'm here. It's just listen, man, the matriarchy is deep. And it is like it's like some of the things like ADOS, right? ADOS, they created the ADOS group, but they act like they're not practicing white supremacy on other black people. That is white supremacy on
Yeah.
other black people.
Yeah.
Like, you're fighting the war for white supremacy if you believe white supremacy exists. To create a group called ADOS is fighting for white people against other black people. And this is the same thing as the matriarchy soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You holding up the standards of the matriarchy.
Absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? If like, let's just say if you have we're not even calling them a wife, right? A living girlfriend, right? And
Right.
you guys are on the same cell phone plan, right? And you paying for that shit, and you paying for her fucking cell phone bill, right? And you catch that bitch doing something out of pocket on the fucking cell phone, right? And you call that shit out. You fucking, either, just, you call that shit out, right? You get mad about it, right? If you see some of these motherfuckers with the mouthpiece, oh man, you shouldn't have did that, man. You shouldn't have been. What you mean, motherfucker? I pay. That's me paying for my shit, and this bitch is fucking using that shit for some other fucking shit, like some other nigga or whatever. What the fuck you mean? I shouldn't say anything about that. Oh, you in your feelings? Oh, you hurt? You are emo? What the fuck you mean? That's my fucking hard-earned money. Please explain that shit. So these bitches can do no wrong?
I guess so. I
So,
guess so.
just leave that bitch. Just like some every single thing not to let that bitch take. I mean, I'm sorry to call whatever, that woman to take accountability. If you in today's society, if you hold any woman feet to the fire, there's going to be an army of dudes trying to steer you off course or trying to tell you you're wrong for doing that. That's crazy. No wonder they don't have any. No wonder they run amok.
Exactly.
You're too emotional. You're
Exactly.
too controlling. Tell me, that shit is crazy though, especially in
Exactly.
America, man. But the thing about it is like when you had those. It's like if you have those society, like other places around the world, and the thing about it is like they can't. I mean, a lot of those women know that they can't run amok. There'll be grave consequences.
Hey man, this is the society that a civilized societies are destroyed by its women because men start giving women way too much more power than they deserve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And It's all a result of a civilized society where men refused. I mean, women didn't even have the right to vote, and
Right.
then slowly you give them rights, you give them rights, you give them rights, and then next thing you know, they're trying to run you. Like that's
Right.
what feminism is. They're actively trying to run men. So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like right now, I mean, a woman is probably could probably listen to this right here and she would be so triggered to where she would just she'll try to come and derail it, you know? You know, they just can't they can almost bear to hear any type of criticism or anything like that. And then the thing about it is like they got these cheerleaders, dudes that are, and the thing about that are backing them, and they almost they have so many protection mechanisms, dog.
right.
So many protection mechanisms. And the thing about it is like some there's a the what do you call it, like the Pookie and the Ray Ray type guy, you know like some of them, I mean, they love them. You know why? If you can guess, what is the reason that they love them guys so much?
Say it again.
You know how like those the women, the lovely ladies of the community, why do they love the Pookie and the Ray Ray so much?
He does not challenge the matriarchy whatsoever. As a matter of fact, he's one of the legs under the pillars.
He's one of the legs and pillars of the he
They're
is. I mean,
holding up the matriarchy.
that's part of the protection, man.
The tri pillars.
Hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, nigga, you got a job in a future. Nah, I don't want you. I don't want you at all. That means that you're gonna have some rules. That means you're gonna have some rules.
Right. Exactly.
He's like, why
Well,
why have rules where we can get this nigga can come through, smoke a blunt, blow my back out, and go by to his other bitch house, and then I can complain and I can get on my phone and complain to my girlfriend why he ain't shit, and then wait till he come back. You know what I'm saying? Have a couple babies by him, and then that whole cycle. You know what I'm saying? But now these bitches are empowered. Even
the insanity is unreal. Hey, but I gotta get back to work over here though.
No doubt, man. Hey, thank you so much.
It was good. Thanks for reaching out, man.
No doubt,
good
man.
talking to you.
Yeah, man.
Back on.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah. Hit me up sometime in the future, man. We'll do it again. I like to wrap up this convo.
Yeah, man. For sure. We could be on here all day talking about what's the name now.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, then.
All right, man. Be easy, man.
Yeah.
That was Soul Traveler, man. You already know. I'm the realest in it. Shout out to King Dorian 95. You already know. Anyways, man. I think it's a pretty fun conversation to have. It's the artificial simping category. I just think that the chickens are coming home to roost on many different levels. It's just a culmination of things that are happening right now. Let's talk about the manosphere for a little bit. Let's talk about the manosphere for a little bit. I think that's an interesting conversation, because I remember a couple months ago I was on a panel talking. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking about because they were trying to, I guess, pit Kevin Samuels versus Derek Jackson, and I felt like that probably wasn't a good move. They now they're sneak dissing each other or whatever. They're going after what's name, but after the scandal and shit like that, you saw the power, the reach like you have celebrities, comedians and shit like that doing skits about this whole thing, you know, remaking it. You know, you got the Breakfast Club, you got all these different entities covering this man. And and it is crazy the amount of attention that he has gotten. It's almost more attention, honestly, than you know a lot of other like well-known celebrities have gotten. You know, just because of his thing, he's all the way up. I mean, I can't even. I bet you if I go to his YouTube channel right now and look up his subscribers, I bet you it's probably through the roof right now. But that's the guy that they were trying to uh, go up against, and I don't think it would have been a good deal to go against him, which I just don't think it was a good thing. But anyways, uh, he's gonna he's gonna be all right when it comes to finances, and the thing about it is his reach in all these different social media spaces and all man so many there's so many he has so much engagements right now. And the king of the other person that they went um to go against him, if he tries that, I mean, he's just going to be running on a hamster wheel for a little bit because he's probably not going to be able to, he's not going to be in that weight class. No, he provides great work, but he's just not they're just not in the same weight class. And this whole scandal proved that. I'm not making any disparaging comments, but they're just not in the same weight class. They don't got the same bag. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's not the same, and I was trying to make those guys realize that shit, but they didn't want to see it. They're almost champion. I mean, come on, man. They were trying to I don't know what you call it. It was almost trying to sucker that man into a fight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to beat the go have him go fight the bully in the schoolyard, knowing that he probably is not going to lose. um, you say Kevin Samuel. Kevin Samuels jumped over Tommy and bullying O'Shea. Yeah, man. Nah, he jumped over. I mean, he's definitely the king of what's name, but I mean, you see people jumping on everybody, and their mama is jumping on this fucking Derek Jackson algorithm. They're just, I mean, it's this shit is so fucking lit. Like Facebook is lit up with memes. I mean, I didn't even go on Twitter yet, man. This shit is crazy. I mean, if y'all understand, man, this shit is crazy. But the thing about it is, um, money ain't everything, man. That's the thing. Money ain't everything. I think that's the thing a lot of people fail to realize, that money is not everything. And I think people put money on such a like it's like over everything and popularity and all this type of clout, and they kind of automatically assume that that's what people want in life. But sometimes that's just not the case, because with money it comes a lot of responsibility. It comes a lot of a lot of haters, a lot of different things that you got to worry about. It's just, but everybody loves the glitz, the glamour, and all this type of shit. They love that shit, man. They love that fucking shit. And that's funny that you said that shit. These bullying jumped over Tommy and bullying O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. shout out to that guy. Shout out to all those, people. I mean, I ain't got no hate for him and stuff like that. Just calling it how I see it, man. Um, I think I made a video about this a while ago that um the demographic that what's the name was able to tap into was a very profitable sector. And and I think one of the biggest mistakes, like the guys that you mentioned, those two guys didn't really know. I don't know if they knew how to get, like, how to resonate with that sector, but Kevin know how to resonate with that sector, and that's uh the hyper consumer crowd, the people that buy a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And if you notice two things, when he comes on, he talks about fragrances and he promotes watches. One time he did watches. And if you ever been in a long-term relationship or whatever, that's what women buy. And they usually buy their man cologne. They usually buy their watch. Shit, the watch, all the watches I have right now were bought by my ex-wife. Like all the nice watches, I mean, that's what they, buy watches for your birthday, buy watches, buy cologne for your birthday, Valentine's Day. That's what they do. I mean, in the suits and shit like that, the fashion and all this type of shit. A lot of women, I used to work at a retail store, and most of the time, for shopping and shit like that, it was the women that were shopping for their husbands and men and all this type of stuff. So he understand, it's marketing. He had the understanding it's marketing, and he knew how to tap into it. So the other guys before him didn't know. I don't know if they knew how to tap into it, how to tap into that whole thing, because uh, they just started out on some juvenile, that who's dick measuring contests, um, pissing matches. They continue to have that instead of being strategic. Um, what's the name? Remain strategic. He got the look, the aesthetics, all that stuff together, and presented the package to the right demographic, and they responded in a big way. And the thing about it is it's highly effective. And the thing about it is like a lot of those guys have typecast themselves so much, to be in on either the anti-black woman thing or the red pill rage thing. I don't think they'll have a real shot at transitioning over to that kind of demographic, because I think just over the years, the content that they made has pretty much alienated a lot of those people. And maybe I mean, that's probably not their lane, maybe that's not their lane, but what's the name found a lane in that. And I think that, I mean, he's done a masterful job at maintaining it and growing it and shit like that. But um, I just it's just funny how things turn out, man. How things turn out. Like somebody came out of, if you looked at the beginning of the Manosphere, you'd be like, well, who's going to be the most popular guy on there? And you probably never ever think that he's going to be that. But he just came. He didn't come out of nowhere, because he's been doing it for a while. But there's certain other people that you thought would be elevated to the higher. You would think that some of the people of the Manosphere would be a little bit higher, but that's just how things go. You never know. What politics, what things behind the scenes, what type of help, what type of step stools, or that person had access to, which is very interesting to me. Which I just think that as far as the mainstream appeal of this whole thing, I don't know, man. I really question, can it really go mainstream? Can it really go mainstream? And a lot of people have been pushing this um this thing about the manosphere going mainstream and stuff like that. But you know what? The thing about it is it a lot of there's been mainstream people that have shared this ideology, like Howard Stern, was it Tom Likas, even what's that guy's name? I forgot, some guy that wrote a book. I forgot what his name is, but he was like a I don't know. They said that he was a male chauvinist, and he used to be on Fox News all the time. But they've had a lot of them. They had a lot of them, and it never it went mainstream, but there was consequences to it. Kevin is refined. The rest were too uncut. Yeah, yeah, they're too uncut. I mean, it's the presentation part of it is very, very, very important. Um, it's very, very important. Presentation, like presentation, and that's why he's able to tap into them. If you look at what do you call it? I was talking to my homegirl, and we were discussing this whole Derek Jackson thing, right? And she wasn't even talking about the cheating part. She could not get over that the wife was wearing a hat and she wasn't looking her best or whatever. She couldn't get over that shit. I was like, oh man, he got her looking crazy. Not because he cheated it or whatever. It was because she wasn't like, dolled up and shit like that. I mean, that part right there was like it boggled my mind. So presentation does matter, and the thing about it is I think a lot of the forefathers of the manosphere, I don't know if they were resistant, but they didn't. Well, maybe they wasn't even trying to try to attract that crowd, because they had their own movement, but the bash a black man movement has been around for a long ass time. Maybe that's what I mean. Maybe the gender, well, the gender war has been on for a long time. But anyways, the thing about it was is Kevin Samuels was able to steal a lot of those people, from them, and they're mad about it. But there was a lot of them that probably didn't like, the direction that their whole sisterhood and all this type of shit was going. They probably hated that shit too, man. But I know they hated that shit. Actually, they probably hated that shit. Because they don't like to be led by other women, man. They don't like to be led by other women. They want to be led by men, and Kevin, was able to give them the right formula, man. Able to give, what can you say? The right formula, the look, everything, the feel, everything, and that's why he's winning. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I remember Tommy, but I don't remember Tommy as like giving advice and shit like that. It was just he just used to go on and just freaking go on tirades about him, and um, I don't know. I guess but people were talking about Tommy, but a lot of people don't talk about. There's even a person that had that style that preceded him, and I think he was kicked off of YouTube. Sergeant Willie Pete. I mean, I think I listened to that guy. Damn, I don't know, years ago, man. Way before Sotomayor got popular. It was like Sergeant Willie Pete. I used to download some of his podcasts off of think it was like not SoundCloud, but one of those places. But he used to make YouTube videos, and that's all he used to do. Just go in. Tyreek Nasheed, he developed reputation just for going in too. And so I don't really think Tommy was. I guess he was. I guess he's kind of a pioneer because he brought the production element to it. He brought the production element to it, and a lot of these people's style. I guess you have to. Yeah, you have to kind of give it to him because of streaming and all this type of stuff that he pretty much there's a lot of people's DNA that his DNA and a lot of people around here. You can definitely tell that they were definitely influenced by Sotomayor. And anyways, man, I'm just bored as hell on here. Hey, hit the like button if you can. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if you can. Trying to build back my YouTube page. Maybe I'll put on a stream overnight or some shit like that. I know there's ways to get active. Man. That's crazy, man. That shit is dry. It's dry, man. But anyways, I'm about to get off of this motherfucker, man. Hey, thank you so much for listening, man. Holla at your boy.